Hello, welcome to part 2. So we're going to begin our discussion of the immune system. So immune system is body's defense against infection. So just to recall the term antigen, we talked about it when we talked about blood group antigens, but our definition is anything that provokes an immune response. So it's something that's not self. So pathogens, which are disease-producing agents, so whether they're viral, bacteria, fungal, parasitic, whatever that may be, mismatched blood cells, and cancer cells. Those are all considered antigens. Pathogen, so the genesis of disease, once again, disease-producing agent. Disease is homeostatic imbalance. So each pathogen has a different lifestyle and attacks the body in a specific way. But the long and short of it is, in order for something to make you sick, first it has to stick to your body surface somewhere, either on skin or mucosal membrane. It has to colonize, meaning it needs numbers, and then it has to make some sort of toxin that can cause damage. And so I just kind of wanted to give you a little background on diseases. So I just want to talk about viruses, and once again, I'm not going to test you on this, but this is for your understanding because we're going to talk about humoral immunity and we're going to talk about cellular immunity. So viruses, they're not really alive, so they're acellular infectious agents, and they have to have a host. So they have to live within our cells. They're very simple structurally. They often have a lipid envelope. They're going to have a protein coat and then some genetic material. So there's going to be RNA or DNA. So examples of viruses, chickenpox, herpes, common cold, human immunodeficiency virus, I don't know, SARS-CoV-2. Those are all viruses and they have to get inside our cells to reproduce. Bacteria typically are going to be extracellular. There are bacteria that can multiply and live within our cells, but these are going to have to basically stick onto a surface. They are single prokaryotic cells. They get cute little names like Staphylococcus and Streptococcus, Clostridium, Salmonella, E. coli, Treponema pallidum, Borrelia burgdorferi. They come in different shapes. So I mentioned the cocci, there's going to be rods, and then we have the spirochetes. Like I said, big thing, they have to stay, they have to reproduce, colonize, and they have to produce toxins that are going to do damage or kill your cells and make you feel sick. So we're going to talk about the immune system, and I'm going to break this into two parts. So we have the innate immunity, and we have what's called adaptive immunity. We are breaking this down to study it, but I want you to know that all branches of the immune system are functioning at the same time, and they do somewhat overlap. When we talk about innate immunity, if something is innate to you, you are born with it. This is also called the non-specific immune system, meaning it just does what it does. It's going to respond to particular patterns in pathogens rather than a particular one. So it will recognize peptidoglycan, which is part of bacterial cell wall, but it won't really know if that was a streptococcus, was it salmonella, or what type of bacteria it is. The thing about the innate immune system, it is in place, so it has a very rapid response. The downside of it is it has no memory, meaning it doesn't get any better over time. The adaptive immunity, this is the part of your immune system that gets better over your lifetime. Small children get sick very frequently. Pretty much during adulthood, you get decades of pretty much a lifetime of health. You don't often get sick. Every now and then you might get a cold or something. But the adaptive immune system is going to be specific or targeted. So these are going to be brought about only by your lymphocytes, but lymphocytes are very specific in that you have a lymphocyte that can recognize one little part of a bacteria or one little part of a virus. You may have heard a whole lot about the spike protein of SARS-CoV-2. That's what they want to use to make the vaccine. So I mean, that's how specific your immune system is. The downside of it is when it is naive, meaning it's never met an antigen before, it responds slowly. It takes days. The upside is it has memory and it remembers every time you've seen something. So once it has been challenged with something, so this is why vaccination works, Then it leaves behind memory cells that are there for the next time you're exposed to something that can then neutralize that threat before you ever get sick. Your adaptive immunity is brought about specifically by those lymphocytes. So you definitely need to keep your innate immune system straight from your adaptive immune system.